Hey guys, it's Kritika. Welcome back to my channel. For the longest time, I have been getting so many comments and DMs from people asking me what my job is, how I make money, and how I afford to travel so much. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the different ways in which I make money doing what I do. So I am primarily a content creator. I create content on YouTube and Instagram, and there are a few different ways in which I monetize that. A lot of people don't realize that YouTube is actually a job that you can make money from, and a lot of time and effort goes into it. So I hope you find this video useful, and I hope this changes that perception of yours. I'm gonna try and be as honest and transparent as I can. Also, in case you didn't know, before YouTube, I've actually worked in corporate jobs for over 3 years in fields like finance, marketing, and advertising, but at the moment, I'm doing YouTube full time. So with that, let's get started. The first way in which I make money is through Google ADSENSE, by which I mean YouTube ad revenue. Basically, every time you watch a video of mine and there's an ad playing at the start or in the middle of the video, YouTube makes money on that and it shares a percentage of those earnings with me. If you're a new YouTuber, there are some criteria that your channel needs to meet before you can start monetizing your videos. I think you need about 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 minutes of watch time before you can turn on monetization. I think I only started monetizing my videos 5-6 months after I started YouTubing, because honestly, I just started as a hobby and I didn't even know you could make money doing this. But yeah, this is one way in which I make money every month. Now, the bad thing about this is that this actually does not amount to a lot of money, because in India, ads don't really pay you that much. I think the most I have earned through YouTube ads in a month is about 25,000 rupees, but it's usually lower. This is not a bad amount, but it's definitely not enough to sustain myself, because I also have a lot of business and personal expenses. Now, how much you get paid depends on a lot of different factors, like how many people are viewing your ads, how long your ads are being viewed for, who is viewing your ad. I think the demographic of that audience matters. It also depends on which country the viewers are from. So just to give you an example, the maximum views I've received on a video on my channel are a little over 1 million views, but the highest paid video on my channel only has around 200,000 views, and that's because most views on this video came from countries abroad like the US, and those countries pay higher ad rates. So to everyone who thinks the more views you get, the more money you make, that's not really the case. There are a lot of parameters that come into play. The next way in which I make money, which is also how I make a good share of my income, is through brand deals. So once you reach a certain size of following online, brands actually start reaching out to you and pay you to collaborate and create content for them. Essentially, they're paying you for two things. One is to create content for them, and two is to promote their brand to your audience. I do this both on Instagram and YouTube, and this is one good way in which I make money. And just to give you an idea, I make anywhere between 2 to 6 times or even more actually through one brand deal than I do through YouTube ad revenue in an entire month. Now, having said that, I also have to say that I'm very particular about the brands I work with, and I think that's very important if you want to keep doing YouTube long term, because you have to stay true to yourself and to your audience. There are so many times I've turned down good offers just because I felt the brand wasn't a good fit for my channel. Also, I think it's very important to have a good mix between sponsored and non-sponsored content, and even within sponsored content, I try to provide value to my audience, so it's not really a waste of their time. So that's just my take on this, but of course there's no right or wrong way to go about this. You just have to figure out what works best for you. Without these brand deals, I don't think I'd be able to run this channel profitably, and I'd probably have to stop making videos. So I'm really grateful for them, and I'm also really glad that whenever I do these kind of videos, you guys are very supportive. Also, a lot of people sent in very specific questions about this topic, and it's a very complicated subject, so I'm going to answer all those questions towards the end of this video. So if you're interested in knowing more about brand deals, be sure to stick around till the end. The next way in which I make money is through affiliate marketing. So what this means is that if you're an affiliate for a brand, like for example, if you're an affiliate for Amazon, every time someone uses your link to make a purchase on Amazon, you make a small percentage cut, and it doesn't cost the other person any extra money. So basically, brands are paying you to get people to use their site or to register on their site or to buy things on their site by giving you a small percentage cut. So I've registered for a bunch of different affiliate programs, like I'm registered for Amazon, Epidemic Sound, and a few others. And usually in my video description, I have a bunch of different links, and if you click on those links and buy things, I make a small kickback. I've had a very mixed experience with affiliate marketing. Some months I make good money, other months not so much. So I don't really rely on it, but it's a good additional thing to have on the side. And a huge thanks to everyone who uses my links to buy stuff. It really means a lot to me. Another way in which I make my money is by investing my money. Now, making money is only one side of the coin, but another equally important aspect is saving and investing your money. By investing your money, you're making your hard-earned money work for you, and you're making more money in that process. This is quite a vast topic, and honestly, I'm no expert in this field, but I'm going to share my 2 cents with you guys. So I invest in a mix of shares and mutual funds. Traditionally, when you wanted to trade, you needed a stockbroker who would buy and sell stocks for you and would charge a commission to do so. But lately, online trading has become quite popular. So what online trading is that you're still using real money, but instead of going through a stockbroker, you're deciding which stocks to invest in and you're placing your trades yourself. And because you're doing it all yourself, it ends up being a lot cheaper and there's a lot of flexibility as well. I've been investing my money for 6-7 years now. I still remember the first time I bought shares. It was back in 2013. I was 20 years old then, and I still own some of those shares, like in PVR, which has actually grown tremendously over the years. So of course, back then I invested a very small amount, but over the years I've been investing more money. A lot of people, including some of my friends, actually get very intimidated by investing, and you really don't have to be a financial expert to invest your money. I think just start by reading the basics and start by investing some money, and over time you sort of start understanding it better and you just learn things along the way. So one easy way in which you can start investing your money is using this app called Upstocks. Upstocks is a trading platform, but unlike other trading platforms, this offers a lot of benefits. Firstly, it's a discount broker, so the brokerage fee that you'll be paying every time a transaction takes place will be much lower on Upstocks. Also, Upstocks allows you to open a demat account free of cost, so you're saving about 577 rupees there. So demat account is basically something that allows you to hold your shares electronically. So if you want to invest, this is something that's mandatory, and by using Upstocks, you can create a demat account free of cost. It's also very easy to create your account on Upstocks, and it shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes. I know how intimidating investing can be when you're starting off, but it's such an important thing to do, and if you haven't already started, I really think you should start, even if it's by a small amount. Since I'm usually traveling, it really helps to have an app like Upstocks on my phone, which I can use from anywhere in the world and at any time, and it really helps me optimize my money for travel and leisure. I'm going to quickly show you guys some of the cool features Upstocks has. Firstly, it's one of the highest rated trading apps on Play Store. You can use the charting tools without even signing up, and it has over 100 plus indicators. You get lifetime free delivery trades, and you can gain up to 25 times margins on your trades. Also, there's a flat fee of ₹20 for intra-trade regardless of the amount involved, so you end up saving a lot of money on commission. The app also has a day and night mode feature which you can use as per your convenience. I also have a cool surprise for you guys. So normally when you sign up on Upstocks or any similar trading platform, you have to pay a fee to register yourself, but if you use my promo code, you can register yourself for free, and you can also get a demat account free of cost. So I really hope this helps you guys get started with investing. Now, apart from all this, there are a couple of other ways in which I make money as well. First, let's talk about sponsored trips. So since I make a lot of travel videos, travel companies and tourism boards of different countries reach out to me for sponsored trips where they send me to a particular place and I make content for them in return. Sometimes these are paid, that is, your trip is sponsored and you're also paid for the content you're creating, and sometimes it's just a free trip, so it's a barter deal. Again, it's not really a free trip because you're actually doing work in return. But yeah, basically sponsored trips are sort of like brand deals, but I thought I'll include it separately because so many people ask me how I can travel so much and how I'm able to afford it. And the truth is, most times I'm not really paying for those trips myself. So to give you an idea, I think about 70% of my trips this year have been sponsored, and I know that sounds great and it sounds really glamorous, but it's not all fun and games because you're actually being sent there to work. There's no such thing as a free lunch, and there's always an exchange of value taking place. Only if brands see value in what you're doing will they send you on this trip, or only then will they pay you for like the content you're creating. And it's not a trip where I just go and relax. Obviously I have to work there and create content, and it can get quite stressful because you also have to make sure you're creating good quality content because that determines what kind of deals you get in the future. So I know it sounds a lot of fun, and it is fun, but there's also a lot of work involved, not just on the trip, but even when you're back you have to sit and edit these videos, and let's just say it's not the same as going on a holiday and relaxing. Apart from this, there are also a few other ways in which I make money every now and then. So when I first quit my job, I used to do freelance writing for websites like Expedia, and I made some extra money doing that. Another way, which I haven't done too often, is by being a host in videos for other companies. And yeah, I can't really think of anything else, but I know something or the other keeps coming up that also helps me make money. And these are the ways in which I make money. But apart from this, you can actually make money in so many different ways in the online world. Other YouTubers like sell their merch, sell products, sell their courses online. You can also be a social media marketing person for other companies. And yeah, the list is endless, and there are so many different ways in which you can make money online. Hopefully I will be able to expand into these other aspects in the future, but for now I primarily make money through YouTube ad revenue, brand deals and affiliate marketing. Now coming to the questions you guys sent me on Instagram about brand deals. The first question is, when did you start getting sponsorships and sponsored trips? So I think I started making money on Instagram sponsorships before YouTube, because I started Instagramming a year before YouTubing. And I think I started getting sponsorships around 3,000-4,000 followers. They weren't the best paying deals, but yeah, that's when it started. And about sponsored trips, I used to get a lot of offers, but I didn't end up taking any until I had about 55,000 subscribers. I think my first sponsored trip was to Ladakh last year. How do you reach out to brands? So thankfully I'm at a stage where brands reach out to me, so I don't really do the whole pitching process. But there are times when I'm traveling, and if I want to collaborate with a hotel for free stay or stuff like that, I do pitch to them. But that only works if you start planning your trips way in advance. So usually that doesn't end up happening, but most brand deals that I work on come my way and I don't really reach out to them. Do you get paid when you share your hostel names when you travel? Usually not. In fact, I don't think I've ever been paid for that actually, and I usually only share that because people comment and ask me where I'm staying and all of that. So I feel like I should just include that in the video, but I don't think I've ever really been paid for that. When did your first brand approach you, or you approach them, in detail if possible? So luckily most of my brand deals, even at the start, have come to me and I haven't really reached out to them. I don't remember my exact first one, but one of the first few brand deals that I did was for Tata Hexa, and they paid me. It was for Instagram, and I think they paid me like 5,000 rupees for a couple of posts or something like that. I don't really remember exactly, but yeah, when these deals started coming my way, that's when I realized I could actually make money doing this as well. How to name your price with the sponsor or negotiate with them? That is such a good question, and that is something I'm still figuring out, because yeah, I don't know how to go about it because there's no right or wrong way. So what works for me is having like a range. So this is the minimum I will charge to work on a brand deal, and this is the maximum, not really the maximum, but the amount I feel I should be getting paid. So I quote this amount, and if they agree, great. If not, I try to meet them somewhere halfway. So yeah, I don't know how to go about it. Sometimes I feel like I've overcharged and brands have not gotten back to me, so that happens as well. So it's a tricky thing. I think it comes with practice, and I think you should just quote whatever you feel you deserve to be paid for that particular job. Also, a lot of YouTubers actually have business managers who negotiate brand deals for them and who pitch them to brands. So that's another way YouTubers go about it. I'm doing everything myself at the moment, but I think I am at a point where I should probably get a manager, so I'm going to do that soon, hopefully. How do you learn to deal with brands? So like I said, it just comes with practice. When I started off, I think I used to really undercharge brands, but I think once you reach a certain level, and also you end up making friends in the industry, so it really helps to discuss with them how they go about brand deals, and that sort of gives you an idea how much to charge. So yeah, if you're new to brand deals and stuff, I would suggest making friends in the industry. Don't DM people or like message me and ask how much I charge brands. It's a very subjective thing, and it ultimately comes down to what you think your value is. But yeah, definitely talk to people about it, discuss it. Also, it's a trial and error thing, so quote a price and see if brands agree to it, great. Quote a higher price next time. And if they don't, then maybe quote a lower price. So yeah, there's a lot of trial and error involved. How do you pitch to brands? What do they expect? So when brands reach out to you, you should have a media kit, which is basically like a resume of sorts. So your media kit should have your name, your contact details, your work experience in the sense like your portfolio, which brands you've worked with, what you've done for them, also your followers and your stats of what your reach is, how many followers you have on different platforms, and also your commercials and your rates. So ideally when someone reaches out to you, you should send them your media kit across and also give them a few ideas of what you can do for them. and there's no set right or wrong way to go about this. But yeah, tell them what you can do for them and how you can benefit their business, and start a discussion and see how that goes. Honestly, I feel YouTubers need to spend money to make videos, especially as travel ones. You are right about this, because especially when you're a travel vlogger, you're spending on travels, you're spending on equipment, because your equipment needs to be much better as well. So I have a drone, I have a bunch of different cameras, and I obviously spend money on all of those things. So you're right about that, but YouTube is sort of like a business, and I think you should treat it as such. So these are all my business expenses, and obviously the goal is to make more money so that you can cover your business expenses and still make a profit. So I think YouTubers, I don't know about others, but at least for myself, I try to make more money than I spend. But yeah, like any other business, initially you will be spending more money than you make, so you have to make that kind of investment when you're starting off. How do you do your taxes, and do you need a GST number for your YouTube channel? You don't need a GST number. I think GST is only mandatory if you make above a particular amount of money in a year. But I did register for GST this financial year, and I do my GST returns myself. My dad helps me out a bit with it, so that's really nice. So those are all the questions I'm going to be answering. I really hope you found this video useful and it wasn't boring for you guys. I just want to end by saying that YouTube and social media is actually a full-time job, and I know this seems very easy and glamorous on the outside, but trust me, a lot of work goes into this. I have worked in corporate jobs, and I've done this as well for 2 years now, and I definitely feel YouTubing and doing all of this is more challenging in many ways, especially because you're doing it all yourself. So there's a lot of learning and a lot of effort involved. I don't mean to discourage you if you're starting a YouTube channel, but I definitely feel like this career takes a lot of grit, and if you're not 100% passionate, it's going to be difficult to keep creating videos every week when you're not getting sponsorships or if you're not getting enough views, because it does take time for you to build your career on YouTube. So keep that in mind if you're going to start a YouTube channel. It is a lucrative career, but you also have to be very patient and persistent and hardworking. So yeah, with that, I'm going to end this video. I hope you found it useful. There's so much I can say on this topic, but I think this video is very long already, so I'm going to end it now. Before you go, be sure to like this video, leave a comment and let me know what you thought of it. Share this video with someone who you think might find it useful. Subscribe to my channel, press the bell button, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!